Hey everyone, it's Alexis with Create Your Future, and I'm back today, you guys, with a brand new video, a brand new success story. And I'm so excited to share this client's before story, her current situation, and then what ended up happening. She, you guys, was my Christmas miracle last month. I'm kind of backed up with success stories, so I'm announcing it now. Before we get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the bell icon in the box below, and you get notified every time we post new videos. All right, you guys. I just wanted to say too, that some of you had intuited that I had been sick because I've been posting less videos, and that is accurate. Somehow, some way, I manifested a serious case of bronchitis. And if you're one of my one-on-one clients, then you know that I've been using a lot of cough drops during session and also during hypnosis. It's been a big challenge, but I'm happy to say I have manifested myself out of it once I began envisioning myself healthy and happy. And the doctor said yesterday that my lungs look really clear. So all right, just good reminders to always be on your intentions, even about your health, or to get back on them when things go right. Okay, you guys, so this success story is one of my favorites in a while. I'm going to actually make it into two parts. So this is going to be the first part about how my client really used changing her self-concept, changing an argument with her SP, changing herself, getting on top of her thoughts. She used a bunch of different techniques actually, and I'm going to go into that today because I get lots of questions about what to do to manifest properly. And I would like to say too that in the past year, my opinion on that has changed. Just in case this is a little bit different than previous videos, but this client had a not so good situation happen with her specific person. And then she really turned it around because we changed her perception. We changed her perspective. She changed the story. She stuck to it. And then you guys, he came to her house for Christmas and was calling her his girlfriend. Okay. So before I get into the success story of this client, or I am going to read the success story first. Okay. Okay. All right, so just wanted to pass on a little update to Alexis and share some happy photos. So she did share some photos, but they're obviously kept confidential. After 2 months of no contact, guess who spent Christmas Eve and Christmas with me at my house and is still here? We shared a cozy romantic Christmas alone together, and he's staying all week working remotely. So just to back up, to remind you guys of what I said, 2 months no contact, okay? He's upstairs on his laptop in my office as we speak, something he's never been able to do before, but I've been hardcore imagining for months. In the 3D, I've been preparing the office for him, and now he's there, and it was his idea. Walking in and seeing him there is so familiar because I've been seeing it in my mind for so long, it's not even a surprise. It's so normal and natural. The craziest things happened to make all this happen, not all in the ways I imagined, but easily and fluid at the same time. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to break her success story into parts. This is part one because the precursor to this, like she said, was she had 2 months of no contact. So this is for my clients out there who are manifesting with no evidence in the 3D. I've also had a lot of clients in the past 6 months book first sessions, and they're wondering why nothing is happening in the 3D. And they've been doing intentions, they've been visualizing, they've been assuming, changing their self-concept for 14 days. Okay. So like I always tell everybody, 14 days is it's like a wink in our universes, okay? Because you're in your universe, I'm in my universe, right? But really, really remember, you guys, that how your evidence, how your manifestation, how what you're creating shows up in your 3D happens different for everybody. Now, without revealing too much personal information, the interesting thing about this client is that right before the 2-month no contact period, they had a really serious disagreement. So from what it was a disagreement, and it was also a him not meeting her where she wanted him to meet her for her needs, staying over, spending more time together, being available. Again, without going into too much detail, she got into kind of a little bit of a traveling crisis, and he really wasn't there for her, in my opinion. So I said, okay, we have two options. Either you don't react to your 3D, like we've said in so many videos, or because she did get upset about what had happened, I want to also point out for everyone who's thinking that you shouldn't have emotions, shouldn't have feelings, shouldn't react to your SP, okay? Because that's not really something that I necessarily promote for every situation or that I do myself. And I'll go into that in this video too. how to react, what not to react to. But she reacted because she was in a crisis mode. So if you are manifesting for a relationship, the ideal version of your person we want to assume we're manifesting for is going to be there with you through thick and thin. If you're manifesting for marriage, you want to think that you could speak up, voice your needs, be your own person, right? And that the person would be there for you and that they want to take care of you, treat you like a king or like a princess, whatever your archetype or your gender label is for yourself, or whatever that means to you. So, in any event, you guys, the really, really crucial thing here is that she spoke up for her needs and he reacted out of the version of himself that wasn't ideal. He reacted and pushed her away in the 3D. He didn't come forwards. He didn't text her. He didn't communicate, right? So the two of us decided, and we did one-on-one coaching sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a week around this period. So also, I get asked a lot, how often do clients see you, Alexis? Is it crazy that I'm talking to you twice in 1 week? And I always say, no, it's not. A lot of people go through a time period that doesn't last forever, where they need more coaching, they need more guidance because they're in the middle of two different worlds, right? Because we're always manifesting a new experience and we're sort of in the old experience as you change your self-concept, you change your assumptions. So I had said to her, I said, listen, it really sounds to me like what this situation represents is you choosing yourself, you speaking up for yourself, and let's declare and decide this whole situation is going to make him come forwards in a brand new way. He's going to come up as a different person. And now this is going to activate him into showing up as the version of him that you deserve. Okay. Or that deserves you, essentially. Right. So she was really happy that I had that opinion because, like you guys, we're trying to respond to your 3D experience, not react. But we also, I want to encourage everyone to remember that your feelings are part of your intuition. They're part of your inner guidance system. So this isn't like pretend that everything is okay because everything out here isn't okay, because that's not putting yourself first either. But you do want to develop the ability to be responsive, communicative, adult, be proud of your communication. And if you're someone that's prone to overreacting or thinking the worst, right? Hunting a person down. This is not about chasing and pursuing someone either, because I don't advise you to do that if you want to be chased and pursued, just like this client did. But you do want to speak up for what you need, what your what you things that bother you, things that make you happy, just so you can grow in your relationship as a couple, because that's always what we're doing, right? We're trying to manifest meeting somebody and then getting closer, hopefully getting into a relationship, it moving forwards. And if you want to tie the knot, then you're doing that. If you want to have babies, you're doing that, right? But it's in a sequence. So back to this client, she really hunkered down and she decided that the story is that this was the best thing ever for both of them. And then look at this. He came to her house. He started doing all the things that we had been intending for. And she had really been imagining, like she said, I want to talk about imagining, so I'm getting sidetracked, but she really wanted him to work remotely from her place. So that's what ended up manifesting. Now, I want to go into what she did without telling you that this is what you should do. Because please remember that just like anything in life, you are a unique, beautiful snowflake. What might have worked for her, what might work for me, doesn't necessarily work for everybody, right? But we know that the various options of things at this point that I can share from my knowledge base for manifesting and creating your reality are above else and above everything else is your self-concept. Imagining, believing, assuming, thinking the thoughts as if you are the version of yourself that is either beautiful, handsome, wonderful, amazing, successful, good at doing things, a winner, a wonderful mother, a wonderful girlfriend, wonderful wife, whatever you're manifesting for. Okay. That's the basis to everything is self-concept. And then of course, manifesting for the people in your life as you would like them to change, which will change as you change yourself. Other techniques we know of are scripting, visualizing, listening to your affirmations, thinking thoughts on purpose, which is the mental diet, right? Affirming throughout the day with your conscious frontal lobe thinking what you want to have happen. And then I think everybody knows at this point, I'm a big believer in hypnosis because I'm a hypnotherapist by trade. So that also impresses the subconscious mind, but you're impressing the subconscious mind daily with your assumptions, your beliefs, your decisions about things. So I get asked a lot, Alexis, how should I do this, right? And I can share with people how I do my manifesting for me, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a carbon copy for everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? So this client did a lot of visualizing. She imagined him being upstairs at the desk. She imagined him coming over for Christmas Eve. Without getting too detailed about how do you imagine and all these things, a visualization, you guys, is a picture in your mind that you think of, and that you think, and that you see, and that you see, and that you see, and that impresses into your subconscious mind, right? So I am not here to tell you how to imagine, or there's a wrong way or a right way to imagine, because most likely you're overthinking it anyways if you're in that place, and how you imagine comes to you naturally. Okay. So anyways, this client did a bunch of things, right? So she was really, really, really good about saturating and impressing her subconscious mind through all these different ways of doing it, with different ways of doing it. So she is still my Christmas miracle, wherever you are out there. I haven't seen her in a while, which usually happens. People get so happy with their SPs. I should change that story, but that they, I don't see them as often because they're in love and they're creating beautiful things together. So anyways, you guys, the moral of the story here is that you can have whatever you want. You are a unique snowflake. So please start impressing your subconscious mind with the version of you that has the desire to, right? So get really clear on a living in the end somewhere of where you're at. Another thing to say about the living in the end thing is that I've had a lot of clients recently who, let's say they're dating someone and then they're living in the end of marriage. And then they're a little bit thrown off because the logical mind comes in and tries to overthink it, or it just doesn't seem possible. So how about you go for living in the end of the committed relationship? That's a living in the end, or living in the end of constant communication, living in the end of the relationship, living in the end of living together, right? You go along that way. That is how I manifested my relationship and my falling in love story that I'm currently in, that I love and adore. So that's the way that I do it. I don't know why, but I just never thought I'm going to live in the end of marriage when I'm dating somebody, because how do you know you want to marry somebody until you live with them? It's just my thinking. Okay. So please remember to keep things simple. You don't have to crowd yourself and crowd your mind with tons of things, but you definitely don't want to be thinking negative Nancy thoughts about yourself while you're visualizing and you're listening to affirmation audios, because that will negate all of the other work, right? So the moral of the story, or the moral of all these stories, is you guys, like, test it out. Try visualizing if you want to imagine a picture. There was a period of time where I wasn't telling everyone to visualize and just to do a mental diet and affirm, because I noticed that clients were getting way too hung up on how am I visualizing, what am I visualizing, and kind of assuming that they were doing it wrong. But I myself have gotten back to visualizing because it's fun recently. And then I've had clients that also visualize. So why not, you guys? Just don't overthink it. Trust yourself, trust the process, have faith in what you're manifesting, and then look forward to part 2 of this client and what else happened with the SP in my next video. All right, so I hope that you have found this video helpful and that you've learned a lot from it, and it's helped you stay on track. And I wish you all the best, and let's all stay healthy together. I'll see you in my next video. And just another reminder, last reminder, that I still have all of my offerings available on the website. So that includes hypnosis, that includes the pre-recorded workshops. And I will also say, because this client was doing a lot, but she did my workshops. She did the how to put a love spell on your SP workshop. And then she did a lot of the hypnosis audios, the Be a Queen, the other hypnosis audios I have available. So all these things were a perfect miracle equation for her to get what she wanted. So if that helps you out too, then I have bundle packages available along with my courses. So we have lots of options to help you get what you want. And I've had a lot of clients manifest change also from including hypnosis into their mental diet. All right, you guys. So we still have our contest also. So every time that you like, comment, share on one of our videos about how law of assumption or law of attraction has helped you change your life, you get put into the potential to win one of 3 free coaching sessions. How exciting is that? All right, you guys, go out and make today awesome. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.